Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Bobbi Pomminville and I'm your reporter on the arts. I have a very special interview planned today. We have some co-founders of the Native American Dance Company, and they are called the Woodland Sky Native American Dance Company. I'm really excited to interview them and find out about that troupe. I'm going to ask my visitors today for the interview to introduce themselves.
All right, Bonjour, Kiwaden Ganu Quain Indigenous, Makwan Indodem, Lacti Flambeau and Ojibwe. My name is Michelle Reed, and I am a co-founder of Woodland Sky Native American Dance Company.
Bonjour, Baymanwe Banais Indigenous Cause, McGizzy and Dundame, Waswaganing and Dunjiba. My name is Shane Mitchell, and I'm from Lac du Flambeau, Wisconsin. And I also am a co-founder of Woodland Sky.
Yes, and I wanted to talk to you about that co-founder bit because I think that is so impressive that you have put this group together and they're performing at Riverfest, and that's why I'm interviewing you. So could you please tell me about how long ago it was founded and why, or what was your purpose for founding it?
Well, we used to travel around to many powwows, traditional and competition powwows, ceremonies, and we had an uncle that always traveled with us, so we all used to talk about getting together and doing like a little dance troupe, or to be able to share our stories and our experience, strength, and hope as well.
So what is your mission for the group?
Well, we're just trying to share the culture, and we're trying to teach the ones about our culture that don't know. Coming up, growing up, they always see these movies on TV, how the wild and crazy Indians are, but it's all about, where we come from, our background, and the teachings we got to become good people and walk this path. So that's what we're doing here, is sharing our culture.
What tribes are involved in the dance? And maybe you could talk about what kind of dance you will do tonight.
Well, there's Menominee, Ojibwe, and there's a few that aren't here, Potawatomi, there's Apache, and from the Great Lakes area. And as far as the dances that we're sharing, we each, I dance men's traditional. So, and there's a storyteller, also a Ogichida, they call it a warrior, that's an Ojibwe. So we're the protectors and we're the hunters. So we take care of the people, and then they have the fancy shawl and the jingle, there's all stories behind that.
Could you tell us about the young dancers, the youth dancers?
In our dance company, we actually have 4 youth dancers. My son is 16 years old. He's our hoop dancer, and he's also a fancy dancer. And my daughter, Lauren, is a jingle dress dancer, fancy shawl dancer, and she also does eagle dance. And then 2 of Shane's children also dance with us.
Where we come from, like a lot of our dances, our original dance from where we are from is the woodland. And that represents our water, our land, our plants, the animals. So them are more of a straight dance. In this right here, we inherited the bustle and the roach from the Omaha. So this is men's northern traditional. So that's where that come from. So when we dance, we tell the warriors, the Ogichidas, tell the story. They tell a story when they dance and represent who they are, where they come from.
What motivates you to become a teacher of the culture?
For me, we've gone into different schools. We've traveled a lot and brought our show to different places. And probably the most important thing I feel that we've done is to meet with the youth that go to the different schools, that are attending school. And we meet with a lot of Native youth who don't feel a part of that school. They feel separate. They feel less than the other students. So growing up, I had that same feeling of not being good enough, not being just not being a part of the mainstream. So when we go in, our goal is to show how beautiful our culture is, how amazing our people can be, to the point where when we leave that school, those Native youth actually feel proud of who they are. And I never had that, you know, growing up, but to bring that to these youth is, I think that's, for me, the goal of everything that we do.
How do you honor your heritage?
Well, my dancing is a part of my healing. So when we're out here, we're representing our people, where we are from, our family, all our ancestors. So when I come here to dance to heal, it takes all that bad feeling away if you're carrying any kind of stress or, you know, anything. And it helps me stay on the right track moving forward with sobriety, recovery. And it's a good feeling. I can't explain the feeling of how it feels to be able to dance with all the nations and coming together at a gathering and having that great feeling of good spirit.
To be a storyteller is to talk to people in a good way. They say that a person who is trying to find something to say, they're searching for what to say. And at times you find them looking. And what I find that makes a good storyteller is to speak from your heart. Speak what is true to you, what you know. And in a society today, which is so much different than when I was a child, where our youth can simply grab a phone, grab a laptop, and Google whatever they want. And it's instant, right there. And for a storyteller, what I do with these children is I take them away from that and explain to them that the teachings that were given to me is what we call the oral tradition. Father to son, son to son. And these stories are brought down generation after generation, each one keeping our stories alive. And some of the stories that I will be telling tonight are from my heart. I tend to tell people stories of who I am because it's the truth about me. And I have the wonderful gift of having these great dancers tell my story with me through dance, through song, and it's that integrity that makes a true storyteller a great storyteller. To make people cry, to make people laugh, to embrace stuff like that is what makes a true storyteller. And it all falls back on always speak from your heart. You'll never be wrong. And that's what makes a great storyteller. I always get approached by people who are non-native and they refer to this as my costume. And to the people who are watching, this is not my costume. Today is not Halloween. I'm not dressing up to be a Native American. I am a Native American every day of my life. And so when people say things like that, it inspires me more to want to share with them. And I've been told by other people that you should be telling your story to every school in America. And I said, you know, I wish I could, but if I can do it one person at a time to let them know that that's not who we are. We're not screaming Indians. We're not woo, 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 woo. We're a beautiful race of people who were on this land. And when the European people came here, they encountered a great race of people with face paint splashed upon their face, and they wore eagle feathers. And through the years, our language was taken from us. Boarding schools were given to us so that we could not speak our tongue. Our hair was cut. The United States tried to eliminate a race of people. And as you see before you today, they did not succeed. My language is strong. My Indian Sign Language is strong. And I still wear my eagle feathers today. And I'm very, very proud of that. And the stories that were shared long time ago are as rich as they are as if somebody just told them to me yesterday. This is what I bring to my storytelling, to let people know I'm not just some Indian. I'm here to share who I am with you, so that when you see me, you'll respect me like I respect you, like I respect this earth, the water, our animals, one another. And one of the stories that I talk about tonight is 3 basic rules of life that the Creator put upon this earth that we live on. All people, all races. Respect one another, be kind to one another, and love one another. 4 races of people. And they call it a medicine wheel, divided into 4 colors of black, red, yellow, white. 4 equal shapes, 4 races of people. Red race, black race, yellow race, white race. All equal in color. No race was smaller than the other. They were all equal. And the Creator who put us on this earth said, be good to one another, be kind to one another, live amongst one another in a good way, and our earth will be good. This was His story for this planet that we live upon, this Mother Earth. And good things will come. And He told you to tell your person, your neighbor, I'm no better than you. You are no better than me. We're equal, regardless of what race you are. Because the last time I checked, me and you drink the same water. We breathe the same air. And this was His story for us as a people. And these are the things that I want to share with people, so that they get away from the stereotypes of who they think we are, with the sports mascots, what you see in books, what children think about Native people. This is who we are. This is who I am. And before our interview, you asked about my Indian name. And my name is Ronnie Preston, and I am a San Carlos Apache from Arizona. To go to places where I've been, I talk to a lot of people that I've never met before in my life. And just share a little bit. And it's called the circle for a reason. And we all have this circle that we have, this circle of life. And throughout our lives, we share different things that happen to us along the way, from the time that we come out of our mother's womb to this earth, and we live a lifetime. And when our circle is complete, then our earth welcomes us right back to where we started. Throughout this circle that we live, we're going to tell stories, we're going to meet people, we're going to do things, we're going to create things, and everybody has a different story to tell. If I reversed this on you and I asked you about your life, your story would be just as compelling as mine. But nobody does that anymore. Nobody takes the time to sit with somebody and talk to me and tell me a story about you. Tell me a story about your life. And if we had more of that with people, things would be great. And it would, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's not that hard to shake somebody's hand and say, I'm sorry. And if we walk around with this burden on our back, it's gonna bring us down. So much to where you can't even bend your back straight or walk straight because you're carrying around all this. And they say that when we use our medicines, sage, tobacco, sweetgrass, I'm cleansing myself. I don't have time for that in my life. And if I could go out and meet everybody and shake their hand just to make them feel better. And I've told people that, where they walk around all day just mad. But if you go up to them and just talk to them, the best one is the drive-through workers. When you pull up to the drive-through, it's like that's all they do. $10, please. And there's no expression. But if you take 1 second to go, I hope you have a really great day. Wow, you got a nice smile. You'll see the way that they change. And it's like, that's the power of our circle. Everybody's willing to say something. Everybody's willing to do something. My outfit, everything that you see here, my teepees, my water birds, tells a story of me. And no one has one like it. This is the only one. I'm like a snowflake. There's no other outfit like this. And it's part of the thing where we make our own outfits to express our lives. And you'll see that in tonight's presentation as you take a trip down my life, but through dance.
I want to thank the Woodland Sky Native American Dance Troupe. I've talked to 3 of the members, and it's been a very educational time for me to learn about the Native American culture, to learn about what each one does and how they founded the group. And I think the people watching are going to learn a lot, and I really appreciate their culture and their heritage. So thank you very much to Ronnie, the storyteller. I want to thank Michelle and Shane. They're the founders of the group. And I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this show.